Hey, this is J Goddess with J Goddess Tarot, and welcome to my Kings and Queens series, the Swords suit. So, the way this works is that whoever your person is, think of your person. Now, this is a person that you either have a crush on or are in a relationship with, and they represent this King or Queen of Swords energy. The Swords suit in tarot represents air signs. So this person could be or have strong Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in their birth chart. Could be their sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign, as well as their Mercury, Saturn, or Jupiter signs, or any other combination of signs. But mainly, this is a person who you feel has King or Queen of Swords energy. Take a moment, take a deep breath, and we will begin. And what will happen is I pull cards and channel messages from Spirit where I get the archetype. I also get a read on the love and romance journey of you two, whether it's your crush or you're in a relationship, as well as some advice from the Ancestral Messages deck. And when I pull cards, two very clear messages always emerge. So I will be very clear in if the energy is pointing to the person who is in a relationship or who has a crush on either of these two, King of Swords or Queen of Swords. All right, take a moment, take a few deep breaths, let your intuition guide you, and let's begin. So for those of you who selected the Queen of Swords, here is your spread. And as always, two very distinct messages emerged. We will start on this side, and this represents the energy of, if you are thinking, my viewers, if you're thinking of a person with this Queen of Swords energy whom you have a crush on. So their archetype is the Gypsy Soul. There's free spirit. They are definitely a free spirit. And what confirmed that is on the love and romance journey, we got the Independence card. So they're a free spirit, which totally goes in alignment with the Queen of Swords. She's on her throne. She's a free thinking individual, very sharp woman, even if doesn't have a classic career in something, or even if doesn't have higher education per se. She's a very intelligent, or this person with feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a woman. They have a very high level of thought. They are very sharp. They're very smart, but they're also a free spirit and independent. And the message from the Ancestral Messages deck states, this is the moment where we need you to accept and know the power that you hold within. Stop sleeping on yourself. The energy I get from this and the way I'm interpreting this is you have a crush on this person with the Queen of Swords energy, but you're not sure if you should approach them. You maybe are a little in awe of them, not in a hero worship or celebrity way per se, but there's something that kind of maybe is slightly intimidated, but I'm feeling it more as you're a little in awe of them, and you may not feel sure if you should approach them. And the Ancestral Messages deck is saying, know that you have the power, the confidence, the ability. So really sort that out within yourself and definitely approach your crush. Always, always, always respectfully and trust divine timing, and in a way that really is a positive representation of you as well as them, So that is your message from Spirit if you have a crush on this person with Queen of Swords energy. Now, if you are in a relationship with this person of Queen of Swords energy, their archetype came out as intuitive. Once again, this talks about, the level of insight of the Queen of Swords person that my viewers are thinking of. And this makes sense because the sword suit is all about air signs, which is all about the mind. That's the Gemini, the Libras, and the Aquarius energy. And if you're in a relationship, Spirit is calling for you to have a point of reflection. You need to take this time to reflect, as well as pause and reflect. Is this the right time? Came up in the Ancestral Messages deck for those of you who are in a relationship with this person with Queen of Swords energy that you're thinking about. And what that's telling me is you might be at a crossroads in your relationship. If not now, it is probably rapidly approaching. And what you need to do is take time to reflect. Your person, your Queen of Swords person, is deeply intuitive. So they may already know the answer or the way they want things to go, even if they're not revealing it to you. So Spirit is really calling you to reflect, pause, take time to see what the next steps are. And everyone's situation is different who's viewing this, because I'm tapping into the energy of the collective. And those of you who have chosen this pile. So it could be, do you want to take your relationship to the next level? Do you want to make this an exclusive relationship? It could be, is it time to end the relationship? Everyone's situation is different, but what you're really called to do is take the time to reflect and look deep within to see if, what you think should be the next step, whatever that is the right step for you. So if you're interested in seeing the extended version of this, please feel free to join me on my Patreon channel, join my Patreon tribe, where the extended editions of all of my videos will be posted. Thanks for now. This is J Goddess with J Goddess Tarot. See you in the next reading. All right. So for those of you who selected the King of Swords, and you either, of course, that was my phone. Sorry. For those of you who selected the King of Swords, this is for whether you have a crush on the person with the King of Swords energy, or if you are in a relationship with the person with the King of Swords energy. And once again, two distinct messages emerge. So this side is if you have a crush on the person with the King of Swords energy, and this side is if you are in a relationship with the person with the King of Swords energy, viewer whom you're thinking about. So let's start with the crush. You see their archetype is represented, and you see them as the detective. So this energy to me comes off as someone who comes off as quite intelligent, and they always seem to be searching or seeking something, but more so you feel you can't lie to them. Like they can sniff out a lie, like a detective. And what you're feeling is they may be a little intense and mysterious, and you may have a question of like, should I approach him? Should I not approach him? You may be going back and forth, but know that this person right now may be going through, to some extent, a dark night of the soul. So they're kind of doing some soul searching. Maybe something painful has happened in their life that's ending, and they're searching for answers as to the why or the next steps. So know that this may be detective air or archetype that you're feeling from this person has to do with some personal things that they're going through. And your ancestral messages card that came out was, after you clear your head, you'll be able to see what was distracting you. So this person is just going through, trying to sort some things out. So I think the best thing to do at the moment is just give them some space and allow them to figure out what it is they need to figure out. I don't feel that this dark night of the soul is necessarily a tower moment, but something is going on in their life where they are feeling the need to seek out and search for answers. And they may not be as open to romantic advances at the moment. So if you're friends with this person, just remain friends. If you only casually know them as an acquaintance, just keep the relationship, whatever it is. It's always okay to say, be polite and have cordial conversation with anyone, but they may just not be in the headspace at the moment for a relationship or to be open to romantic advances. So it's kind of like, just kind of hang back and observe for the moment, because they are going through something personal. All right. Now, for those of you who selected King of Swords and you're in a relationship with this person with the King of Swords energy, they come off as a Leo. They're big, they're bold, they're loud in some way, shape, or form. They may not actually be that way per se, but their presence can speak loudly like a Leo. Or when they do talk, people listen. Or, they just have a strong presence. They could actually be big and bold and kind of, I don't want to say loud, because I think Leos aren't necessarily loud. They're just big and bold, and you know that they're there. So they come off like that. But deep down underneath, it's delicacy. That is what the love and romance journey is saying. Now, delicacy, I'm reading this in two ways. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It's either all of this comes off and it's kind of a front, and they have a very delicate ego, or your relationship, there's a lot of delicacy that you have to take to it, because, and I don't mean in the sense of like, an abusive relationship where you feel you have to walk on eggshells. That's not what I'm getting. I'm getting the sense that because your personalities are different, you have to approach the relationship with a lot of delicacy, because there's a greater chance or a higher chance for misunderstandings between the two of you, because you interpret things differently and see the world differently. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That is more of a point of self-awareness, of understanding who you are, how you ingest information, as well as who the other person is, how they ingest information. And looking at your natal charts, that could be you have a lot of squares and oppositions between, your synastry and the natal charts. Once again, not a bad thing, just more of a point of awareness. And the Ancestral Messages deck is calling for you to pay attention to the signs and the messages for the next few days. We will show you the answer. So I feel those of you who are in a relationship with this person with King of Swords energy, you kind of feel you're at a turning point and you want to make a decision and you're not sure. It could be a multitude of things. It could be to stay in the relationship or not stay in the relationship. It could be to broach a particular subject with this person or not broach it, or understanding how to broach a subject with this person, or, suggest something. Whatever that is that you may be kind of pondering what to do, how to do it, just trust your intuition, sit back, because in the next few days you are going to receive some answers. So I hope that was helpful for those of you who selected their person with King of Swords energy. And if you're interested in the extended, where I will tap further into maybe romantic details about your relationship or relationship potential, understanding of their potential Mars or Venus sign as well, and some other juicy tidbits that I can't post on YouTube, feel free to join my Patreon family, where I will post all the extendeds of any videos I post here on YouTube. If you choose, don't choose to join me there, thank you. I really appreciate you joining me for today's reading, and I will see you next time. J Goddess Tarot, signing off for now.